Throw it down, big man.
Welcome everybody back to the Throw It Down Big Fella Podcast. I am your host with the most, Greg Rufus. Thank you so much for joining me on a NBA Playoff 2025 special preview edition. I had to bring my boy Mike here to explain all the possible, well, not possible, the playoff games that are about to happen. We have four playing games. I'm sorry. And unfortunately, Mike, the Grizzlies are one of them. They have to go down to Golden State to the Bay Tuesday night. Winner gets the 7th seed. The loser has to play possibly for the 8th seed against the winner of the 9 and 10. Mike, start off with you. You're Mr. Positive, always positive every time I talk to you. Can you make this positive? Can we make this a positive spin? Like what's going on?
I really honestly don't know how positive I can be. I mean, all I can say is that the Grizzlies had their opportunities. Mm-hmm. They had their opportunities. They had 3 straight game buzzer beaters that should have won. You had games at the beginning of the year where lineups and rotations were in question. And then, just down the stretch with the last 8 or 9 games after we fired coach, after you fired him, Taylor Jenkins, we had opportunities to win and close out games, and we still didn't play to our potential. We did see an emergence of Zach Edey, which I think as Grizzly fans, we already knew that, but he just wasn't being utilized properly at all. And I mean, who knows what our record would have been if he was used properly. So, injuries throughout the season, inconsistent lineups. We, like Josh said, we can only blame ourselves for the position that we're in. And so, we got a tough road. We got a tough road. At least we're in that 7-8 spot, and it's not like a single elimination. Mm-hmm. If we lose against Golden State, we have a chance against either Sacramento or Dallas for that final playing spot to play OKC.
Which won't be easy. Which won't be easy as well. So
that's gonna be tough. Mm-hmm. I mean, either one, really. You just don't want to be in the play-in. I mean, the Western Conference is loaded anyway. It's gonna be tough regardless, but you just don't want to go into the playoffs just not fully confident in what you have on the floor. Mm-hmm. Defensively, we just look like cones. We just look like a regular drill. We're not stopping nothing. And our defense got to get better quick, and real quick if we're going to make it past the first round. So we'll see. We'll see.
I could echo that more. It's really the third quarter and the defense. Like you said, the third quarter is when things just go completely avalanche. Like especially that Timberwolves game Thursday night, third quarter, just 53 points allowed. I've never seen an NBA professional game where you give up 53 points.
They do that
in a 12 quarter. In a 12 quarter, yeah, that's you're giving up 4 points in a minute, more than at least 4 points a minute. I've never seen that before, and I'm not trying to just not give the Timberwolves credit. It's just that I didn't know that offensively they can go off like that, and they could slow us down as well. And like they had the opportunity to win their game. John Moran is probably playing the best basketball he's ever played in his entire career. He is playing on a whole nother level when he's playing. And then you go back to Friday, the Denver Nuggets game, like it was a back-to-back. You got to probably Denver at like 3 or 4 a.m. They were probably tired. They still had an opportunity to win that game. Like the game was right there. They were up like 10, 12 points going to the fourth quarter, and then it just happened. Another avalanche just dropped on us. So like I said, I don't know what the future is going to look like after the season. Is it time to keep? Will you keep Ti? Do you bring in a Mike Malone who was recently fired from the Denver Nuggets? Like, do you think they should keep the coach or should they look around? What do you think they should do if they were
I
to get
think they
eliminated?
should look around. I think they should look around. I know, we talked previously about Mike Malone, and that was kind of like before everything came out about some of what the players were saying about the treatment that Russell Westbrook was getting from the coach, and just a difference of philosophy playing young guys and versus the older guys. And we got a lot of young guys on our team that I feel need to play more if they're going to get that experience. Everyone keeps saying that we're a year away, but I mean, I honestly believe that this year we can do it with Ja, Bane, and Jaren. And so for us not to get the others involved, more experience. I mean, we got Zach Edey, he's coming along. We got, we had Jalen Wells, and unfortunately he got hurt. And we're missing his defense. So, players gonna have to step up. I'm not understanding why we got Gigi. I think we need to free Gigi. I mean, he was balling
Vince
out
Williams.
last year.
So you're saying he should start over Vince Williams? I've been said that, Mike.
I mean, Vince Williams doesn't even look the same player as he did last year. I mean, he was supposed to be the second coming of TA.
Yeah.
Of Tony Allen, and we're just not seeing that defensive, I don't know, energy. I just don't see it.
Yeah.
And I thought Gigi, had starter potential. But we'll see. I mean, I give credit to T.I. for sticking with what he knows or what he feels is best as far as the lineup goes, and playing the stars, playing Jaren and Ja and Bane in the critical moments of games. But at no point during this playoff we should see Konchar on the floor. We shouldn't see Konchar at all on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we lost Brandon Clark. I think he would have been a problem. I think if going into this matchup versus Golden State, we got to use Edey, and he has to establish his dominance. And I mean, we got history with Golden State. It's not like we don't know them; they're not foreign to us. Zach Edey and Draymond, they've got into it a couple of times during games. So we're not scared of Golden State.
You're scared of Steph Curry. This is plain and simple.
He's the only one.
Plain and simple. Well, Jimmy Butler too. I mean, Jimmy
Butler.
Oh
yeah, I mean, yeah. Now we have. I don't think we've played them with Jimmy Butler.
Last game, the last game when Steph Curry went off, he was there. The 12.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Jimmy was there.
Yeah. But I mean,
it's a close game. Close game could have went either way. Even with Steph's amazing night, it could have went either way.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, because Steph went off that game.
Yeah,
he just went off, and I mean, players have that.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing about Golden State is, I mean, at times offensively, they look like the only person that's allowed to shoot the ball is Steph. So it's still pressure on them as far as like getting others involved. Others, the other players on their team, they got to play as well. I think the best team so far that I've seen them just recently, I think might have been the Rockets when they played against Golden State, and they just completely suffocated Steph defensively.
3 points.
I mean, they were all over him in his airspace. Mm-hmm. And who do they have?
So
Dylan
playoff
Brooks,
Dylan Brooks,
former Grizzly,
Amen Thompson. They
yeah,
got
Amen Thompson, who's defensive player of the year candidate,
yes,
and they got
Van
Steve
Vliet.
Adams.
Yeah,
So and we could be seeing them in the first round.
and I would love
If
that.
we advance. So
I would love that for the Grizzlies. I would take that over Oklahoma City Thunder. Like I think Oklahoma City Thunder is in a complete class by themselves. Like they are just a wrecking ball machine. Houston, I don't know. I mean, they got the pieces, they got talent. I'm not trying to take that away from Houston, but both OKC, Houston, young. Houston's a little bit younger than OKC. What people don't know, they think OKC is the youngest team. Houston, by like a couple months, I want to say, is like the youngest team in the NBA. And this is their first rodeo. A lot of
yeah,
them. I mean,
yeah,
OKC's been there last year. I really think both Memphis and Golden State want that 7th seed so bad. So and then the path to it, it's like okay, we play Houston first, possibility of the Clippers, Minnesota next. That's it's just the matchup wise, it will favor either one of them. I think that they really want that 7th seed, and so you're going to see a lot of fight in
yeah,
that game Tuesday night. It's gonna down at the Bay. It's going to be just like you said, unbelievable. But Zach Edey is the key. You're absolutely right, Mike. Zach Edey is the key to this game. They got to get him active and
yeah,
going right off the rip, like and show us dominance. Him, I mean, Jaren Jackson Jr. the same thing. Like this is your game. Like
yep,
it can't just be all Ja. It's got to be Triple J as well. I
yep.
mean, like
Jaren, yeah, he definitely got to step up. I mean, we got the size advantage. I mean, against Golden State, it's just a matter of taking advantage of those opportunities and rebounding, getting those shots, eliminating the second chance points
right.
potential from Golden State because we know they're going to shoot threes. They're not going to go inside. They have zero inside presence. It's all going to be layups and 3-pointers.
You're right.
Basically, and a few mid range, just from Jimmy and his penetration.
Pause.
The way he plays.
Pause. He's good too. And Buddy Hield. Even though I
Yeah.
hate the fact that Buddy Hield took that last 3, you got to give it to Steph Curry. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care if he's double team, triple team at that point. Steph's got to touch the ball. Like it's kind of like the Houston Florida championship game, Mike. Oh my goodness. Like they couldn't even get a shot off. Like
Nah, they couldn't
you got to
get a
give
shot
the ball
off.
to LJ Cryer. Why is Sharp of all? And I like Sharp, but that should have been Cryer's shot. Like
I mean, Florida turned into Houston the last
God.
4 minutes of that game, and I mean, Sharp should have shot the ball because
The first time.
the player that was coming towards him, he was closing out. He was over there in the paint,
Right.
and he was at the 3-point line. Just throw it up there. You got to get something off in those final minutes.
You can't be fear. You can't fear about a block. If anything,
you can't hesitate.
If anything, that goes to the old rule. If you see somebody coming, like what the new NBA does or new basketball term, flail, throw your body in, get a foul. Like if you would have just leaned over, it would have been a foul. I mean, like got some type of contact, it would have been a foul. He shot 3 free throws, but
yeah, you got to get a shot.
He was afraid he was going to get blocked. I mean, credit Florida, good defense, but I wish Cryer or Roberts would have took that last shot.
Yeah,
like,
Cryer. Yeah, Cryer should have had the ball. I mean, hey, that's the defense, man. The defense won championships.
I feel sorry for Calvin Sampson. Like that was his moment. That was his championship. 800 wins. That was it. You
don't get too many opportunities.
They're playing their game. Houston defense, like under 60 points. Like this is a Houston Cougars game. The blueprint right there. Like, and Florida found a way. I mean, they're a deep team. I wish it was. Yeah. I have Florida Duke in the championship game, but Florida Houston, I'm not mad at that. But just want to give again Houston my credit for that. So we broke down the Grizzlies Warriors playing game, the late game Tuesday night. The first game is Orlando and Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
The distinct winner of this game gets to play the Boston Celtics.
Boston.
So I don't know how much motivation. I don't know how much motivation they're gonna have to play that team, but anything could happen. What do you think? How do you think this plays out?
Man, this matchup is a really fun matchup. Atlanta versus Orlando. You got Paolo Banchero and you got Trae Young.
Mm-hmm.
And Perkins, he always talks about Jason Tatum being disrespected, the most disrespected Celtic, which I completely disagree.
Oh no,
I think that's the worst take I've ever heard.
There's a lot of worst takes on ESPN.
I mean, yeah, from Perkins, horrible. But Trae Young, he is really, year after year after year, averaging almost 25 points a game for the last 4 or 5 years, and Atlanta just doesn't. It's like Atlanta has the players, but they don't know how to fully put it together. But they're in the playoffs, and they're going to get play Orlando, who at the beginning of the year was really balling out. They were on fire until Paolo got hurt, and I think Paolo, he could be Banchero. He could be the face of a new face of the NBA.
He can.
He definitely has the skills, all the skills, just like LeBron coming out of high school, to really show out and make a statement on this playoff. So that game is going to be a really good game. I don't expect them to get past Boston, either one of them. No. But just that matchup, Orlando versus Atlanta, man, get your popcorn ready. That's going to be a really good game.
But you say Orlando and Boston? You said that's going to be good?
No, Orlando and Atlanta.
Oh,
just yeah. That game, that's going to be a really, really good game. And Atlanta got their top pick in there who's coming on late. He's doing a really good, playing really well too. Ricochet.
Yeah.
But he's playing really good, and they got some shooters on their team, but it's gonna be a really good game.
I think so. I would favor. I go off what I like, what I want to see. I want to see Ice Cold Trae, do his thing in the playoffs. I know Orlando has the defense. I know they necessarily don't really have the offense that you would particularly like, but their defense is really, really good, and they can be feisty when they need to be. But I want to see Atlanta. The fan in me want to see Atlanta wins this game, and Ice Cold Trae just puts on another show like he always does, and hopefully he can find his way out of Atlanta after this playoff. The NBA is over.
Yeah,
and be on a real contending team. Like
Trae can help a lot of teams.
I think he goes to the Miami Heat. That's electric. Him and Bam, Jaime Jaquez,
Hero.
Jaime Jaquez, that's a really nice, solid foundation you got going. So
yeah, and they got a good one versus Miami and Chicago. That's gonna be a good one too. I think Miami wins that game.
You think so? Miami over Chicago?
Yeah, I think so. I think Hero, Bam, with everything circulating around the Jimmy Butler situation, I think they're going to be highly motivated to make some noise and prove people wrong that they can go. They're more than just Jimmy Butler. I think. But the Chicago, they're a young team too.
I was just about to say Kobe White.
Yeah,
he's explosive. Yeah. At home, I know Coach Spo loves this opportunity. He does it. He's been to play-in. This will be his third play-in, I want to say. Coach Spo. It's just they're designed to go to the play-in every year, each and every year. Designed to go to the play-in. But he lives for moments like this. One game, elimination, winner go
Yeah.
home. Like, but the smart decision would be Miami. But man, Chicago is they're explosive. I mean, they are,
Yeah.
and they can get going with Kobe. They can get going with Josh Giddey. Like, so that would be an interesting, fun game. But I'll take Miami as well. And then the other 9-10 games, that Wednesday night game, Dallas, Sacramento. For the longest, I'm so disappointed in Sacramento. I expected
Yeah.
way more from Sacramento than what they are. I mean, so
I
much.
mean, the thing with Sacramento is it's like I don't know if it's injuries or what it is. It's almost like they don't know what they're doing with their roster. I
Right.
mean, um they got the bigs to do it. I mean, they got Sabonis, you got Zach Levine, and you got DeRozan.
Hmm.
So it's just, and they got Keegan Murray. So they should. I think for the future, if they run it back next year with the right coach, then
I mean, I don't really
they
necessarily
could make
hate Doug
some. They
Christie.
could make some noise.
I don't necessarily hate Doug Christie. I think he's a player's coach. I mean, but they need if there's a Mike Malone out there, if there's a Doc Rivers, if there's somebody, because Doc Rivers I think is getting fired after this year if they lose
Taylor
to the Pacers.
Jenkins.
Taylor Jenkins, it
Taylor Jenkins might actually fit well in Sacramento.
he would fit good in Sacramento. They need to start playing defense, and I'm sure he's going to probably emphasize it to them. Sacramento, like play defense, like just let's because they got the offense. You bring in DeMar DeRozan, you bring in Zach Levine, like you bring in jump, like you have Sabonis. I don't get how they're 10th seed, 3 games above under 500. I don't get it. I mean, you fired Mike Brown. It was just craziness. Like it wasn't Mike Brown's fault at all, by any means necessary. But they bought all this themselves, Sacramento. I mean, and for Dallas to be in this game with the injuries to Kyrie out for the season, AD out most of the season, about 3/4 of the
Yeah,
season, it gives kudos and credit to Jason Kidd and that coaching staff, the fight that they have in them. But
yeah.
I'm gonna go Sacramento. I think Sacramento should win this game at home. They should light the beam. They should. But I would not be surprised if we have a vintage Anthony Davis 30-20 game, like
Yeah, it's it's gonna come. It's gonna come for the Mavericks. It's just gonna come down to guard play, and I mean they got the
yeah,
bigs.
yeah.
They definitely got the size, but it's gonna come down to guard play. And I mean, both these teams they might surprise some people, because I mean Dallas versus OKC size
Mm-hmm.
versus the Rockets size. They have a size advantage in both of those, but it's just gonna come down to really run defense and guard play.
Yep. Interesting. So if we have this right, if we both think that the Grizzlies will beat the Warriors Tuesday night, so they would be the 7th seed. So the AC will be it will be Golden State and then the winner of the Dallas Sacramento series. This is just what we think are the
Mhm.
scenarios played out. Who do you think will win that 8th seed game? Will it be Golden State or will it be the winner of the Dallas Sacramento game? What would you lean towards?
I think in the final, I think it will be the Rockets versus the Grizzlies, and I think it will be OKC versus the Kings.
So you think Golden State is out completely? Like they're not going to be at all
Well,
until they're out the
no,
playoffs.
no, wait a minute. I take that back.
I'm about to say because that's a take. That's a hot take right there. Like
No, I'll give Golden State a chance.
Okay.
Simply because I mean they're hot right. Steve Kerr, he can coach. I think they'll find a way to play OKC. I think they want to play OKC. I mean, they're definitely as a team they're motivated because they done already said at All-Star break that they were going to win the championship.
Exactly.
As soon as that
Draymond
trade went down,
Mhm.
you know they're going to be motivated. So I don't think Golden State wants anything to do with the Rockets.
Yeah. Well, you know, I was thinking
I
that.
think
You know.
they I wouldn't suggest this,
Mhm.
but I can see Golden State saying, you know what, we want to avoid playing Houston. We'd rather play OKC. You know,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
that I mean that's a possibility. Is playing with fire, but
Mhm. It's interesting. The Lakers. I remember this last year with the Lakers. They said Lakers had the opportunity to get that seven. It was the seventh and eighth game. It was the Lakers in New Orleans. The Lakers won that game. Then of course they had to play Denver Nuggets. There's a lot of
yeah,
speculation
same
of
round.
maybe the
Yeah.
Lakers could have maybe avoided Denver and played OKC, kind of like how Golden State. If it plays out what our scenario is, Golden State will play OKC. I mean, both of them are great components. OKC, Houston. It's just Houston has given you a problem. Like
Yeah,
defensively, they're gonna smother them to death,
yeah.
and so maybe you do want to play OKC, and it will be a competitive 6 or 7 game series. That's a
I mean, Houston versus the Grizzlies. There's history.
yes.
You're gonna watch. You're gonna watch it regardless.
You're gonna watch either
I
one,
mean,
either matchup. Yeah, you're right. Either one.
Dylan Brooks, Steve Adams, Dylan Brooks back in Memphis
Mm-hmm.
for a playoff game.
That's must see
I
TV.
mean, that yeah,
Yeah.
sign me up. You
Yes.
know,
Yes. So,
so
so if we go
yeah,
off
that's
of that,
possible.
so if we go off of that in the West, what first round series are you looking forward to outside of the Grizzlies, whoever they play? What other series are you looking
Um,
forward to?
I'm looking forward to the Lakers versus Minnesota
Mm,
in that first round.
interesting.
I want to see how JJ Redick coaches that series um, with Gobert in there, and I mean Minnesota is not gonna is no slouch. They're gonna face they're gonna match up well with LA, and then Anthony Edwards, he's gonna have to ball out. And when I say ball out, I mean put up 30 a night
Oh yeah,
for
yeah,
them
no
to have a
doubt.
chance. But Julius Randle, the pressure really is on him to step up for Minnesota for the entire playoff run, as long as they're in the playoffs, because he got traded at the beginning of the season, um, from New York,
Mm-hmm.
and so now he's got to step in, and alongside is the Robin to Ant Man's Batman,
Mm-hmm.
and match up against whomever, whether it's LeBron, whether it's Luca, whoever it is. And I mean that's gonna be a fun series. I wouldn't, what you call Shannon Sharp said Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5. You don't think
It
of
might
Lakers in
take it.
5?
It might. I don't know. It might be in 6.
Hmm. Do you see a world where the Timberwolves
Might
could?
be in 6.
Do you see a world where Timberwolves could actually win this series though?
No, no,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
no, no.
Not too.
Lakers gonna win. I think Lakers win the series,
Okay.
but I'm interested to see Anthony Edwards and Luca go
Go
head to
ahead.
head, and then you got LeBron in
Mm-hmm.
there in the mix. because I mean, I think we forget that Minnesota was like one of the best defensive teams last year,
Mm-hmm.
and so will that translate to this year? We'll see.
Yeah. I think
And
somebody else to look out for is
yeah.
Austin Reeves. I think Austin Reeves is coming to
Oh
a whole
yeah, him
nother
too.
light.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
he is balling these last couple months since Luka's gotten there. We already know what the stars are going to be like. I think somebody else from Minnesota has to step up though. Either it's Rudy Gobert, either it's Nas Reed, either it's Jalen McDaniels, somebody else from Minnesota has to
DiVincenzo.
Dante Divacic. One of them has to step up in order for me to really
Yeah,
take Minnesota. Like, okay, they could possibly win this series. Like Rudy Gobert has the size advantage the entire series. The entire
yep,
series, Rudy Gobert has the size advantage. Will they get to them? Will they actually use them the right way? Time will tell. But it's an interesting series, Lakers and Timberwolves. I honestly wanted Golden State and the Lakers so bad, Mike. Like I wanted another
yeah,
LeBron and Steph classic matchup. Like so bad. I was cheering for him to beat the Clippers. Like I really was. So we could get a Steph and LeBron first round. But nothing to take away from Ant Man. That should be another compelling series, like you said. Mine's is Clippers and Nuggets. Um,
yeah,
I think Kawhi is here. I think this former Kawhi Leonard is dangerous. Like if he's healthy.
yeah.
I mean, I just think like the
I
Clippers are
think they
playing
win
lights
it.
out over Denver.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I think Clipper wins it.
I think this might be the only series that goes 7 games. This I think in the first round. I
Yeah,
think this is the one that goes 7 games. Um, Joker is playing his best basketball of his career. I think there
yeah.
is no the 60-point triple double. The he has been adequate. He is playing the best of his career, and
MVP basketball,
over
and he may not
SGA,
win the MVP this
he
year.
may not. He may not. I think because they're sick of him. It's the whole LeBron narrative. Is we're tired of giving it to Joker. Let's give it to somebody else. SGA, which SGA deserves to. I mean,
Yeah,
but
he deserves.
he deserves it. I just think Joker has. I have not seen Joker play like this. You see, I saw it when they played Houston. He had like 4 threes today. Just
Yeah,
how do you
I
guard?
mean,
How do you guard somebody like Joker? Like,
he's the most dominant big man we've since Shaq. Since Shaq and Tim Duncan.
it's just
In the
so.
post. I mean, his passing ability, his vision,
Mm-hmm.
his IQ. I mean, he's a tough one. I mean, and I think the only reason really why the MVP probably isn't in Denver is because OKC is number one and they got the best
Mm-hmm.
record.
And probably
And
Coach of the Year. Yeah, probably.
yeah, and I
Yeah.
mean Denver they lost their coach
Ugh.
just based off of lack of defensive intensity, lack of defense.
I saw how
The
Mike
whole
Malone.
defense,
Did you hear that story about how Mike Malone like left? Like he blew up. He was upset. He didn't
yeah,
want to leave the
yeah,
office after he got
yeah.
like
I'd be upset too, but
wow.
apparently something was brewing between Malone and the front office
Mm-hmm.
well before this season. Because
Mm-hmm.
I think I read where they said that the year that they won the championship, they were contemplating making a change, but
Mm-hmm.
they won the championship, so you know they just stuck with it.
Yeah.
And despite winning, nobody was really happy, I guess. And then adding Russell Westbrook,
Yeah. That was yeah.
that just didn't. And which I don't understand why you bring them if your focus is on playing the young guys, you're gonna bring a vet. There's the same thing that happened with the Clippers. I was upset when Russell Westbrook came on with the Clippers. It's
And it
like you got all
mm-hmm.
these young guys with the Clippers that were playing well, and they were only missing really Kawhi, and because they just brought in Russell Westbrook, all those young players pretty much went to the wayside. You got Bones Highland not even playing in the rotation. Yet, man, from another young player who was starting, Now he got to go to the bench. So
Right. And it's not Calvin Booth's fault by any means. Like Calvin Booth, like he thought that these young guys should play. At least the Grizzlies play their young guys. Now, are they
yeah,
giving us the stuff that we need? We don't know. No,
yeah.
not right now. But at least they're playing, and you see what they have. I truly wish the Grizzlies did not trade Marcus Smart. I just to give up Marcus Smart for like a bag of hot chips and a Capri Sun. I just don't get that. Like,
Yeah. I mean, for what we need defensively, that
right.
move looks really, really bad. And I mean, Kleiman has done a really good job of bringing in players, developing players, making moves. You know, his metal's a little weak right now, so they
Do
have
you
some
think
major decisions to make this offseason.
Do you think Zach Kleiman should come back next year if they just
I
flame out in
trust
the
him.
playoffs?
I think he makes good decisions, but I think too, like we can't expect to win a championship if you don't spend money. You gotta spend money. You gotta make bolder moves rather than picks. And unfortunately, Memphis being a small market, it's hard to get those all stars. It's hard to get those big time players. And I mean, it's a tough job, but you got to be aggressive.
Yes.
If you're going to do it, you got to be aggressive and you got to be upfront, I think, and be more vocal with the fan, more transparent with what you're trying to do with the fans. I mean, we got a solid core group, John, Jaren, and Bane. You drafted those players, you build off those players. You got Gigi in the wing, you got Jalen Wells, you got Zach Edey. You got a good, solid foundation to build off of.
Yeah.
And some of it's patience from us as fans too. We got to be patient too, But I think finding somebody else as a coach, whether it's Sam Cassell or
Sam Cassell is a great
Mark
coach.
Jackson or somebody like Lionel Hollins, somebody like
Interesting.
yeah,
Yeah.
that could bring all of that energy, all that the energy, and compose a consistent lineup, rotation, game plan, defensive scheme, so we can win these close games. We lost too many close games this year. I mean, we were second in the West 6 weeks ago. Second.
Mm-hmm.
We were in Houston spot right now 6 weeks ago. And now we're in the play.
And we can't win. We can't beat the good teams. We can beat the Miami Heat and Detroit. Well, I think the only solid
we can beat
win was
the Eastern
Detroit.
Conference and the lower end of the West, but the top four in the East,
the West,
and the top seven in the West, we have problems.
We got problems.
Like, we can't. Like, we're struggling, and we're not the only team too. New York Knicks are dealing with the same thing. They haven't beaten a top team, for the last couple of weeks either.
Yeah.
They struggle. They're struggling.
That's a good
top team.
That's a good That's a good segue to the Eastern Conference, Mike. What first round series are you looking forward to in the Eastern Conference?
Let's see, in the East. This Knicks and Detroit. Knicks and Detroit. Everyone is on board with Detroit, and I am too. I'm a believer.
You believe it? It's too much. It's too much hype on this, Mike. I don't know. There's too much gravy on this train. I don't know.
I think it can go 7 games.
Ooh.
The disappointing thing to me with this is Detroit's been playing good basketball all year. And we as fans, unless we have, NBA League Pass, we have not, from a national TV perspective, really seen the Detroit Pistons.
We haven't. I don't think they've been on at least 5 times. I want to say
for the last two, I think they've only been on a national stage for like the last 2 weeks. They just got on, only 2 national games.
Nobody knows.
And one of them was, I think, scheduled already with us when we played them.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think we're really going to see Cade Cunningham is taking advantage of the opportunity to set himself apart from everybody else.
Yeah, as a guard play. Yeah,
he has the potential to be all NBA first team.
Yeah.
And so I really think that they're going to be extremely motivated against the New York Knicks, who everybody has been talking about, and they're on TV all the time.
All the time. It's New York. It's New York, Mike. You can't. It's New York.
Oh, but I don't blame them. Yeah. I don't blame them. I just think that Detroit, they've been playing well all year, and it took this long for them to put them on national TV. They could have put them on at least 3 or 4 times. I mean, we have seen Philly 76ers and their failure as a franchise on TV more than the Detroit Pistons. And that's just stupid.
Yeah.
Like
one of the more disappointing teams. I was talking about Sacramento, Philadelphia. Like the 76ers gotta be the worst. Like you bring all that talent and you can't get 24. You can't even get to play in. It's just as bad as there are several teams that are like below 500 play. They couldn't get to play in. All that talent. Like I don't
I mean, they don't have any excuse either.
Their payroll is stacked up. They can't get nobody. So it's just I don't know. I know Knicks and Pistons sounds really delicious and tasty, but the Pacers Milwaukee, like that's got some stuff into it as well. And
it's gonna be interesting.
I really think the Indiana Pacers get to the NBA Finals. I really do. I really do. I really think the Indiana Pacers can get to the. People are sleeping on the Indiana Pacers. Like, I mean, they were just there in the Eastern Conference last year, although they got swept by Boston, but Tyrese got hurt. They got some killers on that team between Tyrese, between Pascal Siakam. Like they got folks on that team like that can just give you problems and headaches. If they get to Cleveland, if the second round potential matchup will be Cleveland and Indiana, this could shake up some things. I think Indiana could knock out Cleveland. I mean, like
really,
I do. I really do. Like, I mean,
I think they got the guards. I think they got the guards, but it really just gonna come down to Halliburton.
Yes.
He
100%.
He's got to step up. I mean, the pressure really is on him.
Him and Cade Cunningham are like fighting for that first NBA to me. Or second, maybe first or second, maybe.
No, if Halliburton get in, absolutely not. Cade got robbed because I mean Halliburton is only averaging 18 points a game.
But the assist thing, he's a playmaker. Like
he is a double. I mean he's averaging 9, but it's
a debate. It's a debate. I like Cade, but man, Tyrese can take over a game when he feels like it. I mean,
when
he feels like it. Yes.
Like he's got it tough though. I mean, he's got to match the production of Donovan Mitchell, Garland.
Yeah.
Brunson. He got to match everybody, best player, everybody's best guards production.
And we saw it last year. We saw it till they got to Boston. Like I said, like Tyrese took his game to another level last year. Now he brought it down a little bit this year, but it's playoff time, Mike. Everybody has to elevate their games. Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Halliburton, Jason, everybody has to elevate their game. So let's just see the best of the best and see. I mean, Tyrese, we had this discussion this time last year. Is Tyrese a top 5 point guard? Now it's like he's an afterthought now for some odd reason. Like, it's crazy to me. Like,
you mean in the East or overall in the East and the West?
Like top 5 in the NBA. We had this discussion. Like Tyrese was on that level. Like he was gonna be in that upper echelon. I remember last year, Mike. I remember like there was
Man,
a lot of talk about that.
the
Like,
blasphemy I heard when they said that he was better than Jaw when Jaw was out was
now I wouldn't go that far. I
nah,
wouldn't go that far at the job, but I would say like
nah. Uh-uh.
in that 5'6" range, like he was elevating himself. Now he's really took a step down this year. I
Man,
don't know
he's
if it
in
was the
that
Olympics or
he
what.
in
I
that
don't know.
7 to 10 range to me.
In the 7'10" range.
Yeah.
But last year, did you think he would be like 5 or 6 last year, the way he played last year in the playoffs?
I think last year, I mean, you had to take advantage of a Boston team that was just was just tired. I'd say that they were tired, from playing so many minutes, and the injuries that the Knicks had. But I mean, he stepped up in critical moments, but I mean, in this matchup, they should get past
The Bucks.
the Bucks
They should.
because Dame is still out.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And I don't think he's gonna like come back this season. I just think that's the biggest taboo secret. Like I don't think he's coming back. I mean,
I don't think so. It don't
it
look. It
doesn't look
doesn't
right.
appear that way.
Out indefinitely just means out for season. In my vocabulary, out indefinitely, you're out for the season. I mean, but
And that's really unfortunate. The blood clots. And everything
mm-hmm.
that
Very,
with Damien, because I think a lot of pressure would have been on him. Just him being a veteran in the league and one of the best shooters in the league. People really wanted to see, how far Luke, Giannis, and Dame could take it.
mm-hmm.
But I mean, I give them a chance.
Fighting chance. Yeah.
I give the Bucks a chance. I think I know even. I mean, it's a 4 or 5 matchup. I kind of give the edge to Milwaukee. I think Milwaukee wins that series in 7 games.
Woo!
But
We'll see. We'll see. Pascal Siakam and Giannis is an interesting matchup. I'm just gonna leave it at that. or Miles Turner, one of the two. But I don't know. People are sleeping on Indiana for some odd reason. Like
yeah, I'm kind of sleeping on them only because I don't think the shooting is there. Pascal is a problem, but I mean you match it up with Giannis.
And it's just
I mean,
Giannis. If it was Giannis and
Siakam,
Dame, if it was Giannis and Dame, yeah, I'm a little bit worried. But it's just Giannis, and it's Tyrese and Pascal Siakam and Aaron Newball. Like there's people around them. Like I just like it could get ugly. Like last year, they played in the first round, right? Milwaukee, Indiana, same thing.
I think so. Yeah,
And they ended up winning because Giannis got out. Giannis went out. So it's the same thing just a year after. Now Dame is out. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's gonna be fun. But we'll see. It all depends on the guard play of Milwaukee and just how well.
They're so old, Mike. Like they're the oldest team in the NBA. Milwaukee. They're so old. Like
yeah, they're a little older. I mean, they got veterans, but they recently beat Detroit, and I kind of give them a little credit for that.
I don't respect Giannis mocking Malik Beasley though. I don't respect that.
That wasn't that cool. That wasn't cool. I mean, Giannis, it's kind of been out of character lately.
Oh yeah. Like, then he gonna sit there and try to mock him and talk to him, and then Malik, that's the old school Malik. Like, hey man, don't put your hand in my face. Like, slapped him a couple times.
Yeah.
Like, I like that. Isaiah Stewart, if there's a problem like on the court, Isaiah Stewart's like in the middle of it all the time. Yeah. He's trying to embrace the bad boys, Detroit Pistons. Okay. Yeah.
During Stewart, that's gonna be
and I don't want to take
two-headed monster.
And I don't want to take nothing away from Detroit. They've had an unbelievable turnaround, and they do have a bright future. But man, Karl Anthony Towns, and Jalen. Like I can't go against that. Like
Yeah.
I remember Bridges. I just can't go against that. It'll be tough, and it might be entertaining, but I'll take the Knicks in that. But it should be very compelling series. I'm gonna keep it a buck, Mike. I think Cleveland and Boston sweep whoever they play in the first round. So I
Oh
just don't
yeah,
see it.
yeah.
I don't really see how that could be competitive at all. Bearing something craziness, it's the playoffs, so anything crazy can happen.
Yeah.
Now, Mike, is our opportunity now for our way too early NBA Finals prediction. The first annual way too early NBA Finals prediction.
Way too early.
And I'll go first. And I just propped
Okay.
them up. I propped them up. The Indiana Pacers. I just did. This
Yes,
is
you
a
did.
this is a crazy take, but I'm gonna go on a limb and say this.
Oh boy.
I
Don't
think
do it.
I think the NBA Finals.
Don't do it.
One of my predictions
No.
could be
Don't say it.
Lakers and Pacers in the finals.
No. No, 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 no. No, Greg.
Lakers, Pacers,
Greg.
NBA Finals, shades of Kobe Bryant, Reggie Miller.
If Indiana, if they lose, if they get
oh,
swept, or if they lose
oh.
in 5 games versus
Oh, with the Bucks.
Milwaukee, oh
I'm gonna look
man.
stupid. I'm gonna look stupid. I get it. But Lakers, Pacers. I'm going with it.
Who's
NBA
coming out
Finals.
of the East? Oh
Uh,
boy. I give I'm gonna give Cleveland a fighting chance.
oh
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
think we
yeah.
should just dismiss um Cleveland. They
Mm-hmm.
are the number 1 seed. And I mean injuries. Porzingis, he's been out. Jaylen Brown apparently had to take a shot to the knee,
Mm-hmm.
painkillers to the knee, so he's not completely healthy. And I mean, no one really is. Everybody has knick-knack injuries. Wow.
Now, logically, Mike, I'm gonna be logical. I said Lakers Pacers would be like way up there,
Uh
but
huh.
realistically and logical,
Yeah.
Lakers Celtics NBA Finals might be more. Yeah, bring it back. I say bring it back.
Yeah.
I say bring the allure back and have Lakers Pacers, Lakers Celtics. I'm sorry, Lakers Celtics NBA Finals. That might be more reasonable. So I just want to tell my fans, Lakers
Yeah.
Pacers is the crazy take. Lakers Celtics is probably the logical take that I would take. So
I think the Celtics come out in the East.
hmm you gotta live life on the edge, Mike. So I would live life off of Lakers Pacers, off the Pacers going to the finals.
I may agree with you. Um, because LeBron
hmm
in the West. I mean, I don't know, man. The West is tough.
It is tough.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
is tough.
the Clippers, that's a tough. I mean, Zubac is having his best year. Harden, he falls in the playoffs.
hmm
Kawhi, he's never healthy,
Healthy.
but both of them are playing really well. They play really well together.
hmm
All 3 of them played. The big 3 in the Clippers
hmm
play well together. Big 3 in LA. I don't know, man. The West is wide
It's tough.
open.
It's tough. I agree
By
with
the
you.
time the playoffs come around, it's really going to come down to who is the healthiest. And I'm gonna go Lakers and Boston.
It just don't kind of feel like it's one of those like
I
it
think
could.
it'll be Lakers and Boston.
Now it could be OKC Boston. I don't want to disrespect the Thunder at all,
Could
but
be.
but I think Lakers Celtics has that feel this year. I don't know, but especially if this is LeBron, if we're gonna get like not that many years left with LeBron, and he's trying to get at least five, at least number five, I would think this year now would be like right now, like he would try to go for it
Yeah,
right now. I mean, and three seed,
I just think they find a way. I
yeah.
mean, for all we know is LeBron when he's in there, when they are in playoff, when they are in championship contention mode,
Hmm.
LeBron's been there.
Yeah.
He's been there. He's taken great teams. He's taken not so good teams to the finals.
When he's in position to, when it's like seven seed like they
I
were
mean, when
last
he's in the
year,
final,
yeah,
he
yeah.
took some lousy Cleveland teams to the finals.
2018, yeah.
And you got Luca, and you got Reeves, and you got some shooters, you got some defense, some athleticism
a,
around you.
a decent coach.
Yeah, and JJ, JJ, he could be coach of the year. He's done a really good job coaching.
He has. He has. He's not just a podcaster. He's actually a good coach.
I
That was such a
mean,
crazy.
we
Like,
could, but we could also be looking at Lakers and Cleveland in the finals. That got
yes,
some juice to it too.
that does have juice to it. Cleveland, LeBron going back to Cleveland. That's what Stephen A.
LeBron
Smith
versus
said.
Cleveland, his own team.
Smith did mention that. Yeah.
That'll be juicy, a juicy matchup as well.
Do you worry? What I was gonna say. LeBron has not played LeBron like though all year, and I think he's saving it up for the playoffs. That's what I really do think. Like Luca
Mm.
and Austin Reeves have like put on shows, but LeBron's kind of like, all right, I'll do 15, 17. Like the Luca coming back to Dallas. I think LeBron knew the assignment. Luca here, take over. Like
Hmm.
I'm out of your way. Like
I
and
mean, I
so
think the Lakers have to play different in order um, to make it there. I mean, they almost have to play like Golden State in a way.
yeah.
If they're gonna make it, like LeBron has to play that Draymond role.
Mm.
And I mean, for at least this year, the big difference I see in LeBron is his defensive intensity is better.
Hmm.
You know, because I think that's just the one knack against him when it comes to the greatest of all time debate is that there were times in previous years, whether I don't know, it could be health or whatever, but
Hmm.
defensively, LeBron just didn't seem interested, and now he seems more engaged. I don't know, maybe because his son's on the team. I don't know,
Or
but
he's got a callus in Luca that can carry him. I think to
yeah,
a potentially if you get to the playoffs and finals and all that,
I
that
mean
has a lot to do with that.
his finals experience, I think, and just the IQ on that team. I mean,
Yeah,
JJ Redick,
Luca, LeBron.
LeBron. I mean, they know their stuff. I mean, they're gonna. They I think they find a way to make it to the finals.
It's gonna be tough. Oklahoma
And I mean,
City. It's gonna
if
be
there's gonna be a year,
this year.
this will be probably the year for LeBron to make it.
Yeah, I agree with that. So there you go, you guys. Those are our first annual, way too early finals,
Way too
NBA
early.
finals predictions. We'll bring this back up as we get to the playoffs later on. Mike, we got to come back next week, some
Yeah.
point, and talk like so far what's going on in the playoffs and other news that's going on. So before we leave, you guys, quick notes. Rory McIlroy won his first Masters. He completed the Grand Slam. He
Yeah.
almost choked it away. It was been
Whew,
a
man,
like,
close.
ooh, but he found a way to overcome that and beat Justin Rose to win his first
Yeah.
Masters. Um, sad passing
Playoffs.
away. Sad passing away. The LSU running back receiver
Yeah.
Lacey
Yeah, I saw that.
experienced suicide. They say, yeah, suicide.
Yeah.
So prayers up to his family. That's a very, very difficult and rough time for them. He was on trial, I think, for a murder, for a drive-by. Like
Mm,
he accidentally killed two people. So he was on
mm,
trial for that, and now this happened. And so
wow.
fortunate news. He was an NFL prospect. They were supposed to be like high draft lottery this year, allegedly.
Yeah.
So yeah, prayers up to him and his family. That's sad news. Well, hate to leave us on that very sad and somber note, but you excited about the playoffs this year, Mike?
I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be fun. And hopefully the Grizzlies are in the conversation. And we
Hmm.
get a couple of good games, good home games. Uh, anything can happen.
Yes, anything can
Anything
happen.
can happen in the playoffs, NBA playoffs, and that's gonna be the mantra, theme of the playoffs. Um, if you go to my Facebook page or Mike my YouTube channel, Winning Time 25, just dropped a short 3-minute vid on players with the most pressure. And guys, you guys fans, y'all can check that out. Comment and just
Is
tell me
Tyrese
what your
Hallenberg
thoughts.
is Tyrese Hallenberg's one of them?
Yep.
Of
Yes, he
course he is.
is.
Of course he
Yes,
is.
he is.
Of course he
His
is.
toughness is in question,
Of course he
and
is.
it's gonna be tough. Yep.
I
But
can't
you
wait.
have to check that out. Uh, it's on Facebook and it's on YouTube. Just dropped, hot off the press.
All right.
So you have to check that out.
All right, you guys. That will conclude another wonderful episode of Throw It Down Big Fella Podcast. Thank you to my brother from another mother, Mike. Mike, you check out his podcast. Let
Sir.
me clear my throat. Winning
Yeah.
Time 25 is his YouTube
Yeah.
channel. He will have
Yeah.
stuff coming out throughout
Yeah.
the week, of course, playoff checks and all that. And NFL draft is the following week. I'm
Yep.
sure you have stuff
Yep.
about that as well.
It's gonna be
Um,
fun.
yeah.
Yeah, I got some other things. Current NBA legends that have underperformed. So I might be doing a little quick pod on that one. Be interesting to see what names I come up with for that one.
Okay. I can't wait. That's what we call, ladies and gentlemen, a tease. A very good
Yeah.
showcase tease. Also, you guys, for me coming up, WrestleMania is coming up. I'll give you a
Oh yeah.
preview.
That's next
I might
week.
have
Yeah.
this Saturday and Sunday. I might
Yeah.
have a
Yeah.
special
Yeah.
guest with me to break
Yeah.
down the 2 night extravaganza that is WrestleMania down in Las Vegas. With that being said, you guys, thank you so much for joining me on this episode. For my special guest, Mike, and for your boy Greg Rufus, we will see you next time. Until then, peace out.
Yay. Yay.
Throw it down, big man.